Hello! Oh, let's go full screen. Face cam. There we go. Hope everyone can see me. I very much did this off the cuff. I was working on this and then decided to stream it so that everyone could see. Oh, it's gone back to this. There we go. So yeah, I was just working on a scene doing the previs for one of my next videos, and some people in the Discord server suggested that I start live streaming while I'm working on stuff, and I thought it'd be good fun. It's very chill, but I'm just going to be working away on stuff and we can have a chat and ask questions or whatever you guys want to do, really. But yeah, so this is do I not have a... Oh dear, I seem to have lost my recording setup where I have all the overlays. What's happened to that? I'm just flicking through them now. Recording. Oh no, it's here. There we go. I don't know why it disappeared for me for a sec. Oh, it's because my OBS layout is a bit smaller. So, who we got in chat? We got Wild Relic Productions. Hello. The Holodeck Janeway. Savyasachi, the gamer. Jamie's here. Hello. Why was I... Oh, here we go. The puns have started already. Why was Iron Man speechless when he saw Pepper? He was in awe. Oh, I get it. That's not one of your best, Jamie. I'm sorry. I only chuckled out of sympathy there. I apologise. Love the Iron Man suit ups. This looks really cool. Yeah, so... one thing that I will show right off the bat, because it's really cool, is... This is the model of the suit that I have for this. I didn't make it. It was made by David Chavez, I think his name is, in the server. I never know how to pronounce it properly. But he made this model and I've been texturing it kind of like in my evenings for the last couple of weeks, just mucking about with scratches and stuff on it. The model is mega detailed, so instantly this should improve the quality of the video over the last ones, where it was kind of like a low poly Iron Man suit that was ripped from a game. So yeah, this looks absolutely wicked, as you can see, and I've been working on making really nice car paint shaders and stuff for the materials. It's less beaten up than the last one. I have done some scratches, but it's fairly tasteful, so most of the suit is pretty pristine, like it is in this scene in the film. And there's lots of nice reflections and stuff, so that is the plan for this. It's going to look really cool. The assets are really nice. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is just animating. Basically, we're shooting it tomorrow. My friend Cameron, who helped me film the Hulk video, is also coming over to basically help me film it. So what I'm doing at the moment is making a pre-viz animation so that I can show him the sort of focal length and stuff that I want to use for the shots, and basically use this as a reference when we start actually filming it. It's also a good reference because I have to work out how we're actually going to film all of these. Some of the shots are quite complicated, so this is a good way of looking at it and going, right, we're going to need tracking markers on here, or a stand in the background with a tennis ball on it. We're going to need HDRIs, and just like anything else, once you have the previs, you can kind of look at it and work out what stuff you need from a VFX supervision standpoint. So I've just literally started doing the first shot, which is this, and then I went live and thought actually it'd be quite fun to share this while I'm working. Did you watch the work of Rituraj VFX? I did not. Who is that? Maybe if you drop a link I can take a look. What's Tony Stark's favourite drink? Iron Brew. That one's better, I'll give you that. That was a vast improvement on the first one. So yeah, really what I'm going to be doing is just doing, for anyone that doesn't know what Pre-viz is, it stands for pre-visualization, and it's essentially a really kind of low quality animatic that just gives you an idea of how stuff is going to work on set, so you can block out timings and shot sizes and what lenses you're going to use and stuff like that. So that is really just the plan for this live stream. So I've started off just with this very rubbish one. I've pretty much done it already, just laid out all the parts on the table. And the first bit, so I'm doing it, I've made a list of all the things that I want to do here. I'm not going to read this, but there's 12 shots. One of them doesn't have any VFX in, which is the opening shot. And I've done it fairly faithfully. I watched the film, or watched the scene from the film on YouTube just before when I was making that list. And I went through and basically blocked out all the stuff that I think will be good moments to hit and stuff that I will do the same as the film. There's a couple of bits that I'm kind of veering away from the film due to level of difficulty or just a stylistic difference in what I intend to do. But yeah, most of it's going to be fairly what's the word, faithful to how it was shown in the actual scene in the film. So I'm kind of using that as a basis for the timings of like which bits go first and stuff. So the hand is going to be the first one. So I think that's pretty much it for this shot really. So I might write this out as a JPEG movie file, and then we can go on to the next one. Bluesy, hello, how's it going, man? Right, so output. Let's just disable all the stuff in the compositor because I actually don't want to use my normal output for this. I want to do it the old-fashioned way. So we're going to go AVI JPEG, quality 100% RGB. It's going to go into, actually I'll probably do the old ... thing. What is it? So oops, so I can make it go into the same folder. Compositor. Okay, so it's // dot / no // dot. Oh my god. / renders / let's put it in a Pre-viz folder. I'll call it playbast. And then this will be ironman _ shot 1 _ playblast _ version 1. Very good naming conventions. Override, and we're going to output this as I just want to make sure that I actually render it in the correct color space, because normally these come out weird. Here we go, sequencer. It will be output rec 709 for this, because it's just a Pre-viz. I'm not going to be rendering to linear EXRs. Right, so let's actually see if this works. So maybe if I turn off all the overlays, then we do view, viewport render animation. Oh, look at this, it's a masterpiece already. I think there'll be some really nice opportunities for like focus pulls and stuff with this, especially using the new bokeh node in Nuke. It's pretty jazzy. This music's not really what I had in mind. Let's just find a different playlist. Maybe like 1990s rock. This sounds better. Let me know what sort of volume the music's at. If it's too loud or too quiet, I can adjust. Wow, usually I just give things random and stupid names. Probably not best for organisation. It doesn't really matter for small stuff, but because there's 12 shots in this and there's going to be lots of elements and lots of renders, I am quite meticulous about naming conventions, and also it's drilled into us at work, so I'm very used to naming stuff properly these days. Are you planning to model the interior part of the suit? There are bits of the suit that are modelled, so let me go back to that file. So the model is super advanced, and you can see that there's not like the actual internals, but all of this stuff is modelled. So even if you're looking at it from like a side profile, there's not really like just holes in the suit, whereas previous models have just sort of had quite glaring gaps. This is very much like all the mechanical parts actually fit together and have, there's stuff under all of the plates where it actually kind of has additional bits. So I won't be doing like the internal exoskeleton thing, but the suit does have like additional detail inside of it, which is really cool. I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, rendering. Oh no, the render's finished, so let's just bring it in, have a look, see if it's actually rendered correctly. Iron Man, shot 1, Blender, renders. Here we go. It's looking good so far. Hey! There we go. Well, that's 1 of 12 done. Actually 1 of 11, because there's only 11 VFX shots. So the next one is the shot where it actually attaches, ooh, hello, onto his hand. So I'm just going to, for time reasons, just save this into the next scene and sort of reset stuff. So this will be shot 2, Pre-viz scene version 1, and then the camera is going to be probably like a 50mm for this shot and much closer. So let's go over here. I've put it's going to be like a mid shot, so I think like this kind of focal length probably. Hello CG Loop, Iron Man suit up NR3. What does NR3 mean? But yes, it is from the third film, if that's what you mean. Did you ever look at the Blue Beetle character put in Discord? Also the music is good levels. Thank you. Oh, I didn't actually. Let me have a look at that now. Just pull it up off screen in case I dox myself. Blue Beetle VFX. Oh, this looks cool. Hopefully I'm not copywriting anything. Oh, this looks like the suit from Spider-Man. What's it called? Iron Spider. I'm seeing a lot of VFX. Oh, here we go. Why is it not playing properly? Is this like someone's screen recording bootleg of this? DC's The Blue Beetle. So is this actually an official film? Fill me in with some details. It looks cool though. The effects in it look pretty cool. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, to be honest, but oh, there was an interesting comp of some light wrap there. Where's it gone? Can we get back to it? No. Never mind. I'll have a proper look at that later, unless there's any. Maybe if you want to post like a link to a specific scene. I don't really want to scrub through the entire film on a live stream. It's not very interesting for people. I meant as in the third one you'll be making, since you already did 2 videos. Yes, it is the third one, yeah. And it also happens to be the suit up from Iron Man 3, which is cool. Excited to see how it turns out. Thank you, that's me. That's me, so am I. I was like reading Jamie's message at the same time. That's someone's short film. Oh, right, okay. Cool. I mean, it looks pretty good for a short film, for the little stuff that I saw. Right. Back to this. So, this might get a little bit complicated, and I don't want to do too much animation. But, basically, this... Oh, this is the wrong hand, or the wrong way around. There we go. I think a bit of scaling can't fix. Let's just make sure it's the right size. Looks about right. Cool. So let's say it starts off like here. Come back to the first frame. Oh, the camera's in the wrong place now. Great. So it's like here. Something like this. Let's just get those keyframes back, so it's like here. Delete the other ones. And then the suit is going to fly in, or the glove is going to fly in and attach onto this hand. Just make the camera a bit smaller. Gorgeous. So, how many frames? I reckon like 4, maybe 5. And it's going to go onto here. Maybe I can cheat it so that if I add a shape key to just like make the hand disappear. Armature. There we go. So let's add. God, this is gonna be filthy, but it's fine. So this is no hand, and all I'm gonna do, just so that the glove goes on a bit easier, is I'm gonna take all of the hand and just scale it down massively. Oh, why is that not working? Oh, weird. Oh well, that'll have to do. Okay, so on here it's on, and then on here it's going to be off. Why is the rotation a bit weird? There we go. Fantastic. So, cool. And then as this goes on, let's parent the glove onto this. Let's just do parent to bone. And then animate a little bit of a reaction. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yoink. sort of twisting away. This is overkill for a Pre-viz anyway, but it's fine. Oh man, amazing animation. Joking. It's a bit juddery. Let's do automatic. There we go. Boing. Cool, that's looking pretty good. I reckon like 23 frames long. It's gonna be quite a quick shot. Let's do this. So he starts looking at it. Cool. There's another one down. That was quick. Oh, lots of missed messages. Yes, but DC are making a full film. Oh, okay, I see. It's coming out in August. Nice, thank you for the info. Nightly, hey, how's it going? Sure. Where do you work professionally as a VFX artist? I currently work at a company called Coffee and TV, which is a VFX studio in London. And before that, I worked at The Mill for 5 years. And The Mill is probably one that more people will know of. Coffee and TV is kind of small. But it's a very nice place to work. I'm absolutely having the time of my life there at the moment. I moved there as a VFX lead or a 2D lead, so I'm like a new compositing lead. And I am having a great time. Everyone's super lovely. The work is really fun. Doing some very cool projects at the moment that I can't really talk about at the present time, but I will shortly. And they actually asked me recently, the like marketing guys asked me to do, or actually they're girls, but I say guys as a like universal term, if I would be interested in talking about my work a little bit on my YouTube channel to kind of expose Coffee and TV's work to a different audience. So if you keep your eyes peeled, there might be some stuff where I can actually do some breakdowns of some shots that I've done at work, which is really rare to be able to do, so that should be really exciting. We will make an animator out of you yet. Honestly, the Hulk animation was really good, like for me, not really good in terms of like general animation skills, but I hand animated all of that, and I have to say I think some of the stuff was actually pretty damn good. Like if we very quickly do a U-turn on the Iron Man stuff. Oh, that is the live stream. Like this stuff is actually pretty solid animation for somebody that can't animate. I just shot some reference of like me doing it and then kind of eye matched it, and even though I can't animate, I know like what looks good and what doesn't, so I was just trying to like do some amazing brain work and get what was in my head onto the screen, and eventually it got there. I get a bit better at it with every project because I kind of force myself to do it, but yeah, I'm definitely not an animator. How do you plan on making the shadow catcher for this shot? So that is going to be one of the difficult challenges. Last time I did it in 2D, but this time I actually want to like do the 3D pretty much how they did it in the Marvel films. So my plan is to photo scan myself and rig it and then do like 3D roto, so I will have this but actually a photo scan of me, and I will use that as the shadow catcher as best I can. And then I think what I will have to do, and I'm going to use it for the holdout as well, and my plan is probably, if it's not absolutely perfect, I'll render one with and without the shadow, one with and without the holdout, and I will paint the difference on the bits where it's like really close to the skin. I've done that a few times at work where there's been like CG interaction with stuff. So for example, I did a Cause advert a while ago. Go back to YouTube again. And it was a guy like swimming through snow. It was one of my favourite projects I've worked on. And all of the snow was CG, so all of this... well, actually no. So he was swimming through some fake snow in like a big pit on set. And then all of the kind of... Oh, actually this was the shorter version. I want the like 60-second one. All of the like stuff, or a lot of the stuff flicking up, like all of this, is CG. And so we had like a pretty good 3D roto of him, but it wasn't perfect. So we ended up doing a render of the snow with no holdout and a render with the holdout, and then I actually comped this specific shot, and I went in and like painted frame by frame the holdout in or out so that the like proximity to him was perfect. It's a bit more extra work, but it's quite a good way of getting like holdouts and stuff to work when it's interacting with the live action, because it's a very tricky thing to match perfectly in CG. So yeah, that's the idea. Basically a photo scan that's rigged and then like 3D animated to move with me. I might possibly try and use some AI stuff for it. I don't know how good it is. You should see this guy's work once. He has done a great job. Okay, I'll check it out. Ritaraj VFX. If this turns out to be you, that'd be hilarious. I'll just look at it off screen for a sec. I just want to make sure. Oh, it's Ironman stuff. Okay. I don't. Oh, here we go. This is his YouTube channel. $1.9 million subs. Oh, it's cool. It looks a little bit After Effectsy. Like this interior of the helmet is not great. It's just a bit glowy, but I mean, this looks cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in there. I don't want to linger on this for the entire stream, but yeah, that looks cool. Zanuls or Zanzuls? God, I never know how to say your name. How's it going? Like 90% of VFX is key. What do you mean? Keying? Oh, 90% of VFX reference is key. Yeah. I put a couple of photos in the Discord, mainly his costume and sword. Where am I looking? Oh, if it wasn't recently, I'm going to not be able to find it, but maybe tag me in it or something so I can see it again. Oh, I've lost the chat now. There we go, we're back. Right, let's get on with this. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we need to output this. So, this will be shot 2, playpast version 1. Let's do a viewport render of this. It's only 23 frames, but I think that's fine. View, render animation. Bosh. That's 2 shots already. We're flying through it. Right. Third one. Shot 3, blender, scenes, Pre-viz, shot 3. This one is going to be like an over-the-shoulder shot. Maybe we'll go for like a 35 on this. Let's just delete all these keyframes. Actually, maybe just delete all of them except for this one. And then start at the beginning. And then delete these. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. And then the camera is going to be sort of here, I think. Maybe a bit lower, a bit closer. I was thinking like kind of this sort of thing. Maybe a little bit further round. Oh god, it's so difficult to move stuff subtly. There we go. Lovely. So we're going to start here. Oh! Oh, god damn it, I can't undo it. Alright, we're going back. About here is cool. Alright, let's add a keyframe on the camera so it doesn't pop back again. Animation in Blender is pretty easy, but using VFX that I have from, let's say, Production Crate, using them in Blender is difficult, as they just don't just work like they do in After Effects, sadly. Well, realistically, using elements from something else never just works. I mean, it's certainly in like a professional setting. I've never dropped like a explosion into a shot, and it's just been perfect. There's always some tweaking that needs to be done. I don't know why it would be different from Blender to After Effects, other than, if you mean like placing it in 3D space, obviously it's a bit different. That's probably more down to the shader and stuff you have on it. If you set it to like a shadeless texture, then it should appear exactly the same as it appears if it was just in a 2D software. Whereas if you're like running it into a principled shader or diffuse, then it will actually inherit the world lighting. Maybe that's what you mean. Have you checked the Blend Rig 6 add-on? I sent you a link on Discord. Yeah, I did. I'm using the what's it called? Not Auto Rig, Rigify thing for this, just because I know how to use it, so I'm kind of familiar with it. But yeah, that Blend Rig 6 thing was very cool. Now, nothing is overkill for Pre-viz, lol. It's just about how to close the final product you want to be. Yeah, I'm not going to do any of the suit animation on this because I'll have to do it twice. But I just want to get a general gist of the shot sizes and the lenses so that I can send it to Cameron tonight and he can look at it and we're on the same page about how I want it to look, essentially. So let's do something like this. And maybe bring this a bit closer. I think it was actually a bit lower. Oh, have I not got... Oh, that's why it wasn't working, so I haven't got auto keyframe on. I think maybe the camera could be a bit higher and looking down. And maybe a little bit more around to the side. He says hopefully. Let's do this. This shot will probably be about 4 seconds long, so let's go for like 60 or 70 frames. Oh, there we go, 60, perfect. Let's just do a bit of a camera move. So then the suit's going to be, like the glove's going to start expanding down the arm like it does in the film. Let's just auto keyframe these. Oh, maybe that was a bit much. Auto clamped, maybe. Still awful. Auto, just for this one. Yeah, it just goes a bit far. When in doubt, fix the curves. That's better. Sunshine. I don't know why the arm is like going out so far. I think it's just the curves on the keyframe. That's looking better. Oh, moving all of them. Cool. That's pretty nice. Another one down. Alembic importing in Blender is kind of bad, not gonna lie. Is it? I use Alembics all the time, but I don't do anything particularly advanced with it, to be fair. I have to run some stuff through Maya sometimes to get Houdini's Blender import groups doesn't group. Oh, I see, it doesn't import groups properly. The pivots are off. Sometimes it's I mean, I don't know if it's the same, but when I export stuff, you have to make sure that you turn on flatten hierarchy a lot of the time. Otherwise, parents and things aren't quite in the same place. You should check out the guy Martin Norta. His God's Valley render is probably the most photoreal render in Blender I've ever seen. Alright, that is high praise. Let's see. Martin Norta. God's Valley. This? It's pretty nice. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's photoreal. Like, a lot of this stuff looks quite gamey. The lighting's nice. It's a bit painterly. And the leaves on the trees are a bit kind of like strangely flat. Oh, maybe it's the compression actually. It is nice. Is all of this 3D? So there's no like, I assume the mountains and stuff aren't just like projected textures or anything. I think what this would really benefit from is a bit of comp. Like, it's a really nice render. There's a lot of balancing of like black levels and stuff that I would do if I was comping this, and a little bit of getting all the colours in the same place. But yeah, it is a very nice render. I mean, I'd probably struggle to make this, so fair play. Trust me, looks pretty good. It's in the ideas. I think speed tree. Oh yeah, possibly. That's a good shout. Right, let's render this one. Color management. Oh no, I've done that. Oh, I'm opening a lot of menus I don't need now. Output. Here we go. This is Play Blast Shot 3. Render. Let's just turn off all of this stuff. Object. View. Render. I'm really excited to like actually animate the parts of the suit for this, because I think it'll be very fun. There's so much control because there's so many little bits on the suit. It's going to be wicked. Let's get rid of all of these. Ironman 3, shot 3, Blender, renders, Play Blast. Cool. It's probably a little bit quick, but it's fine for this. What's the next shot? Shot 4 is... Oh, have I done it wrong? Tracking. Oh, I've started from shot 2, but I've called it shot 1. Immediately gone wrong. Okay, so this is actually shot 5. Okay, so the shoulders attaching is the next one. So let's save this. Ah, it's a headache now that they're in the wrong way. Maybe I just, if I reorder them on my list, that's probably less of a headache than changing all the shot folders and the names of the renders. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I apologise, you guys can't actually see what I'm doing, but I'm just crossing all the ones out and renumbering them. 9, 10, 11. Okay, cool. So we're on shot 4, which is the shoulders attaching. Cool. We're back on track. So let's save this in shot 4. This is shot 4 Pre-viz. Save. Right. I think for this one, it's like a kind of mid shot. So maybe we go like here. Maybe on a 24. No, maybe a 50. I think it looks a bit nicer on a long lens. And then keyframe wise, same thing again. Delete all of these. And and start again. So if we do like 11 frames, getting back to a sort of relatively default position. So that's going to come and slap onto this shoulder. So which is the shoulder piece? It's this. Okay, so let's just get this like over here kind of in place. And it's going to go on like that. Make sure it's flying in the right direction. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's going to be here. And let's actually put it on correctly. Boom. Actually, maybe it should kind of hit like this and then sort of form up. Yeah, okay. And then we need to parent it to one of the... maybe... What's the best thing to parent it to? Maybe this? Parent to bone. So then if I... Yeah, okay, that should be alright. And then like maybe 2 more frames where it goes into the correct orientation. And then while that's happening, the character is going to react. So like twisting away, leaning back a little bit. Bang! It should not be floating here for the middle bit, but that's fine. Where should it come from? Maybe like off camera over here. Yeah! Oh wow, okay. I've missed a lot of messages. My Houdini crashed. I blame you, Alfie. Apologies. That was me. Yes, I snuck into your room and unplugged the Ethernet cable. Actually, that wouldn't do anything to Houdini. Never mind. Hi, Jamie. What kind of VFX are you currently working on? That is not a question for me. By the way, found out there are a lot more studios using Blender alongside Houdini in their pipeline over Maya. Studios bottle ship VFX. I don't know if there. I wouldn't say there are a lot more studios using Blender over Maya. If you mean more than you thought, that's probably more correct. But I mean, there's obviously a few, but it's still Maya is like the main workhorse, just because it's built into everybody's pipelines. Yeah, it doesn't take time to move the gatekeepers of the industry. Oh yeah, that's what Jamie said. There are maybe a couple, but 99% of studios using Maya. You wouldn't go to say ILM or DNEG and be able to 3D model in Blender. No, you probably would. Even big studios don't. I mean, maybe not so much for modeling assets, but generally you can kind of use whatever you want as long as it ends up in the right place. So you could probably model in Blender if you preferred and then bring it into Maya. I don't think anyone would really mind. It's just kind of like whatever tools get the job done. Some places are a bit more pipeliney, but I don't really think that would be too much of an issue. I mean, the lead hard surface modeler at DNEG is using Blender. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that everyone's doing it. Like, I've known asset people at the mill that have been using Blender for like 20 years, but that doesn't mean that because people at the mill use Blender, everyone uses Blender. It just means that there's a couple of people that really like it and use it in their spare time and use it for stuff at work occasionally. It's still very much like the underdog of the industry. But, I mean, it's good to know that people are using it. Is there any way to make an STL file riggable? God knows. You're asking the wrong person. I don't really do anything with STLs, sorry. Electroflix, hello. Hey. ILM is teaching Blender in their studio method as well. It's not just going to replace Maya overnight, but in the future. Yeah, I mean, it's free, so a lot of people are just using it as like a platform to get the next generation into it. If you have to pay for student licenses and stuff, It's like an immediate block for anyone that's not in a position to be able to afford that. So the fact that Blender is free and these days very capable, I think more and more people are cotting on to the fact that it's quite a viable tool, especially for like a learning platform, even if you eventually progress on to a different piece of software. The thing is, they have spenny millions on pipeline. I think you mean spent. And R&D for Maya, they won't just throw that away. Yeah, exactly. Even if Blender, like I think Blender is probably pretty much neck and neck with Maya these days. Some stuff it's better at, some stuff it's worse. They both have benefits, but even if they were equally as good, they wouldn't be, like an existing studio wouldn't switch from Blender to Maya just because of that, because they've spent so much money and time on the pipeline. It would be an enormous effort to change. What I do think will start to happen more is that new studios will start to use it. So if you're a studio, like if I started a VFX company this afternoon, I wouldn't bother spending loads of money on Maya and building a pipeline with that, because I think Blender is perfectly capable. And because I'm starting from scratch, it doesn't really impact me having like 20 years of legacy Maya stuff. I can just go, okay, I think Blender's probably the way to go. Let's do that. So I think more up and coming studios will start to use it. And as they grow and evolve and become heavier hitters in the industry, and as the bigger companies evolve as well, maybe we'll start to see more and more Blender being used professionally. But that is just my 2 cents. The big thing is Blender is abysmal at high polys. Yeah. You can use proxies and stuff though. I mean, I don't have much experience with that, but I mean, they use it for the Blender Animation Studio. If they have money, wouldn't it be smart to just make it open source? They'd have a high chance of developing it. Pretty much every technology that runs on the world is open source. What, you mean make Blender open source? It already is. Or do you mean Maya? Well, I mean, if they're making money from it, they're not going to make it open source. Autodesk have a very different mentality compared to Tom Rosendahl. I have Maya as well. It's not bad. Good with high poly. Oh, it's not that good with high poly either. Maya handles high polys a lot better than Blender does, although neither compare to Houdini and Clarice. Clarice is dead. Are you joking? Clarice is still used a lot. I like Brainstorm. Alfie, oh no. Oh my god, there's so many messages. I'm going to go back to working on the shop for a sec. I've just been reading chat for like 10 minutes. Oh no, not just for personal work production as well, alongside with Maya. I forgot what you were referring to, sorry. Okay, cool. What was I doing? Oh yeah, let's just finish this bit of animation. So once that, so it's like a kind of counter reaction now. So the shoulder comes back, leans forward again a bit. I guess maybe like starting to look at this as well, like this sort of thing. I'm gonna snap his neck a bit, apologies. Let's get rid of this key. Oops! I keep doing that. I'm just deleting everything. It's not intentional, I swear. Oh, that is way too quick. That's better. This should be quicker though. So like that. Maybe we just get rid of that keyframe and do this. Yeah. And then some shouldery stuff is happening like here. I'm trying to imagine in my head, because like obviously I'm not going to do the animation of the suit expanding in this, so I'm sort of trying to work out how much time it would need at the Pre-viz stage so that I leave enough time for those actions to happen when I actually get around to doing the VFX properly. This is very jerky. I wonder if doing this, that's better. Okay. Do you use Unreal Engine? I do not. I have touched it about twice, but not anything significant. Is the deneg? Oh yeah, sorry, that's what you talk about. The guy deneg using Blender. Yeah, I understand you meant that it was for professional work. That's cool. I know lots of people that use Blender professionally that are in the 3D department. It's not just me like waving the flag as a compa going, Blender's cool. Like, I actually know lots of 3D artists that use it in their work at big studios. It's not uncommon. It's just that it doesn't work in the pipeline. So it's more when you're doing like a kind of lone gun or lone wolf shot that's sort of its own thing and a bit off-piste. People sometimes just like jump into it and do something quickly. Or like do something in Blender and spit it back out and bring it back into Houdini or Maya and integrate it into the pipeline. Their website said 404. Oh, that's for the Clarice thing. Andrew Hodgson. Meanwhile, Lightwave got bought and it's coming back. Lightwave's coming back, is it? I didn't know that. Amazing. Ooh, that's a bit jarring. What have I done there? It's like this weird... I don't think the hand really needs to come up that high. Something like that. I don't really need to focus on the character animation too much here because I'm going to be actually doing this in real life, so there's no point worrying about what the CG double is doing for now. So let's just say that this is like doing some stuff. Maybe a bit of a like shoulder shrug as it's sort of clunking around and doing things. I think we need a bit more time on this. Maybe let's do like 100 frames. That's a bit too much. 80? Oh, that was 0. I don't know why this is starting from 0. There we go. Let's see what it looks like through the camera. Cool. Dang, bro, you deserve like 200k subs at least. Well, if you know where another 162,000 are that would be interested, let me know. I would love 200k subs. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I think my stuff is a bit of a niche, so it's only really people that are interested in VFX that watch my videos. Cool. Just trying to sort of extend this animation so it doesn't just freeze. It just sort of crouches down weirdly at the end. I didn't really intend for it to look like that. Okay, cool. That looks good. I think that's about the right length for the shot. Let's do a little bit of a camera move on this. Let's go for something fairly linear. Okay, and then there's going to be another bit as well, which is like the kind of upper part of the arm, which is this bit. Oh, that's actually the wrist. I think I might have deleted that section. Oh no, it's this bit. There we go. So let's grab this. And when I eventually do it, what I'll do is like cut it in half and have it like hinge open and then clamp onto the limbs. But for now, as this is Pre-viz, I will just kind of animate it to ping into place. So let's say it's like there, bang, and then at this point it will jump into place. So something like this. Which way around is it meant to be? Is it like... I think it's like that. Did I look correct? That's the elbow joint, so I think it's meant to be like that actually. Doesn't really matter for now. Let's just get it aligned. And then I'll, whoops, that's weight painting. I will parent this onto this bone. And then we need to do some more animation. So like this frame, keyframes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna do the old shoulder twist again. Bang. That's probably a little bit quick. Let's slow this all down. Maybe not that much. Bang. Bang. Maybe a little bit jarring. Automatic. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. It's a bit funny how the hand doesn't react at all. This animation is awful, but it's getting the idea across. Cool, I think that works. I've missed lots of messages again. I'm currently a junior effects artist, but I really love doing some live action VFX stuff like you. Thank you. So do I. That's why I do it. Do you think I should fully concentrate on learning effects until some point? Oh, are you talking to Jamie, maybe? Well, I assume you're talking to me if you're saying live action, but I'm not an effects artist. Until some points, and then I can switch to these stuff, or should I learn them equally? What, you mean doing CG compared to live action? Well, effect stuff gets integrated with live action all the time anyway. It's not just for like game trailers or an animated film or something. If you want to do more live action stuff, then just I guess to do more live action stuff. There isn't really a distinction between. Well, there is a difference in like the styles, I suppose, of doing like full CG effects compared to integrating it with live action. But that's more down to the lighting and rendering, or if it's like a stylized film. I don't really have an answer for you, I'm afraid, because I don't do any 3D at work. I'm just a compositor. I just do this crap in my spare time very badly. Did you buy this suit or you found it for free? No, it was made by David Chavez. I think I'm saying his name correctly, but I hope I'm not butchering it. He made the suit. He's one of the people in the server, and I can show you. So this is the full model. It's really good. He made it and he sells it online, but he gave it to me for free, and I'm going to use it in the video, and then we'll sort of split the proceeds from the Patreon files and stuff, so that he gets some kickback from it, because his model is absolutely fantastic. So he gave me the suit, and then I spent a bit of time making the shaders for the kind of like red car paint and the gold, and then doing a bit of messing up the textures and stuff. It's looking really nice. I can't wait to actually start like lighting and rendering this with an HDRI and it all properly in the scene. It's going to look wicked. So yeah, that's where the suit came from. It was custom made. The new Maya added Blender's live Boolean system. They had a new USD based version of Maya. Alfie Vaughan, have you tried doing anything with GeoNode simulations yet? I've done lots of simulations in Blender. I've done some fire and smoke sims and stuff in various videos, and I've done a bit of it at work too. Haven't done much fluid sim stuff, or not very successfully anyway. And I haven't really done any GeoNode stuff yet, apart from that Thor lightning video I did where I followed a tutorial. And it was just to scatter some points on a mesh and then like make the lightning kind of snap onto the bits of the mesh. So it was quite basic. I'd like to get into it more. It's just one of those things where I don't have any time to learn stuff at the moment. I'm like flat out doing freelance work and my day job and making YouTube videos and trying to have a life outside of work as well and VFX. But I would like to learn some more GeoNode stuff. I think usually when I end up learning new stuff, it's because it's specifically for a project. So for example, if this Ironman video needed some GeoNode stuff, I would then take the time to watch some tutorials and learn it properly. But for now, no, I haven't used it particularly, but I would like to learn more. Hope that answers your question. More dirt and scratches. Well, I did lots of beaten up stuff for the first 2 films, but for this one I want it to be fairly minimal. So I went quite like untouched or like unbattered. So it's not perfectly clean. So as you can see, like I showed before, there are some scratches and stuff on it. But generally in the third film, it's like he's just invented that new suit, so it's not like battle hardened or anything. So I'm keeping it pretty pristine. And I think it looks nicer as well. It's very easy to go over the top with adding scratches and stuff to shots. To 3D models. So I'm trying to do it a little bit more tastefully for this one. I think it'll look nice. I mean with the simulation and the simulation nodes. No, I haven't tried them yet either. Again, not something I've had the time to look at, but I am very interested in learning it at some point because it is super cool that they've added that to Blender. Cool. I think that's pretty good for that shot. Let's render this one. Shot 4. Play Blast version 1. View. Render animation. Ironman. Shot 4. Blender renders. Play Blast. Yeah, I think that works. So if you imagine like bits of this kind of plates and stuff will be sort of expanding and clicking into place as well, so it's not just going to be static while it's on the body. It's going to be sort of constantly evolving as the suit spreads over him, just like in the film, which will look really cool. But I'll do that properly when I animate the actual live action stuff rather than this. Things like this would be very much possible in Blender with the node-based simulations. Link in Discord. What, you mean the suit up stuff? Or are you talking about the simulations? Where's the link? Oh, sorry, you DM'd it to me. I found it. Well, this is just like a monkey head turning into grains of sand. I don't really know what this has to do with the Iron Man video. Is that what you're talking about? Maybe I've misunderstood. Sorry. I'm trying to like work and read the chat at the same time. It never goes well. I'm a terrible multitasker. Oh, Prashan. Hey, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. I just saw your Ahsoka thing on Instagram this morning. I thought it was very cool. Cool. All right. Next shot is shot. Shot 5, which is the other arm popping on. So let's save this into shot 5. Blender. Scenes. Shot 5. Save. Cool. I'm actually just going to nip to the loo. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Maybe I'll leave it on. Can I run an ad? I never know how to do this with YouTube Studio. Hang on. Let me investigate. There is a way when you're streaming that you can just like run an advert. Live. It's in the, I think it's in the like dashboard settings. It's barely worth it for like the 20 people that are watching, whatever it is, but hey. Where's the live dashboard? Here we go. Stream health. Insert ad. I don't know if that's done it or not. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. This is a mess. You know what? We'll just leave it. I'll just leave you guys to chat amongst yourselves. I'll be back. I've returned. Hopefully there's been no disasters. What have I missed? What have I missed? If Blender ever gets to Houdini levels, I'll eat my shoe. That'll be interesting to watch. Good quality shoes then. Houdini is far too ahead for it to catch up. Yeah, well, that's what they said about Flame and Nuke once upon a time. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but it's you never know where softwares are going to go in the future. Hi, what are you making today? I'm rotating blades of grass. Oh god, I feel sorry for you. That is awful. Have you tried keying it? I'm making the Ironman suit up from Iron Man 3, or specifically I'm doing the Pre-viz. We're shooting the video tomorrow, so I'm just making a quick animation to plan the shoot essentially, and I thought I would go live so everyone can watch and chat. I was saying earlier that someone in Discord, or a few people, I think it was Hatter maybe, said that it would be cool if I just went live when I was working on videos, even if there's not anything particularly exciting to show, just to like hang out and people see the process. And when it's live, there's kind of like you get all of the unedited stuff where I'm figuring things out, which apparently people find very interesting, but I always cut out because I thought it would be boring. So yeah, here it is in all its glory, me muddling my way through. Did I render that shot? This is shot 5. Or did I? Oh yeah, we're already on shot 5, okay. I don't think I rendered it, so I think, yeah, okay, so this is now the shot 5 scene file. So we pause all the animation here. This definitely isn't probably the best way to work, but I'm just trying to do it quite quickly. It's probably not too bad actually. So this is gonna be a wide, so let's go for like a 24mm, and let's go like this. Oh, the table's in the way, let's just get rid of it in this shot. Oh my god, I keep forgetting that I haven't got the keyframes on, so I keep moving the camera and then it just pops back. There we go. Now it's drifting back to its original position. Let's delete that keyframe. The camera moves when we actually shoot it I think will be more interesting, but for now I'm just doing like a kind of slow linear move on all of them. I think this shot should be about 60 frames long maybe. So that stuff has clicked into place. That's just, so then it starts to sort of reset to a default position. And then the second piece of the armor is going to fly in as well, or the shoulders. So let's take this and unparent it and then put it on here instead. It might actually be easier to animate this in reverse, so it kind of pings off and then, or it starts on and then pings off. So let's do that, and let's parent it onto here. Parent to bone, and then I will keyframe it to do this sort of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then yoink. Bam. Oh, it's so good. Joking. Making some plant assets using pictures I took last week. Unfortunately, I did not plan ahead, so keying grass with blurry out of focus. Oh, depth of field is ellipsis. Cool. Right, so I think we want a keyframe here. Maybe if I can do that, and then bang, and then 1, 2, 3. That's like the initial reaction. Twist, twist. And then sort of slowly recover. I love the way the heads just look so bad and like spin like the neck's broken. Makes me laugh. Ah, that's way too quick. Let's space these out. That's better. Much better. Maybe this shot needs to be a bit longer. Bang! Oh, it's very much not really in the correct position there. Again, I don't really care because it's just a Pre-viz, but can't hurt to get it a bit accurate. Boom! Cool. I think it's still, the recovery is a bit too quick. Is it this keyframe? Yeah. A bit slow now. The arm is going through. Oh. There we go. Cool. So, and then that's going to be doing some stuff. Maybe like a bit of a one of these. So it's, oh god damn it. So it's kind of expanding on the shoulder and doing some more suit-uppy stuff. And then here, this thing is going to pop in. So let's delete. Oh my god, almost deleted everything. And it's going to be on here. Oops. Again, probably going to animate it in reverse. So it's going to start there. And then ping off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bang! And then more keyframes. So it'll be here. This needs to be unparented from this. Oh, I've broken it. Oh god, I've already broken it. Let's parent it onto here. Parent to bone. Okay. Cool. Actually, maybe just bring it a bit more forward. Lovely. So there's a keyframe there. I didn't know you could do that. And then like here, react again, bang, bang. It's very quick. Might slow that down a little bit. Okay. Looks like the hand is not doing anything for the entire video. So let's get some nicer animation going on that. Cool. And then here it needs to be like this. Cool. Let's maybe do this for 95 frames. I think that's working pretty well. Again, this is all very, very rough animation. It's it'll all be refined and properly tracked onto me when I'm doing the moves in real life. This is just to get the idea of the movement. Let's just fix the fact that this is pinging off. I think this move is a bit jarring. Is it 'cause it's not an auto? Possibly. Cool, I think that'll do. Shot 5. Turn off the overlays. Viewport. Render. Animation. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that works. It's a bit slower. It played back faster in Blender, I'm sure. But it's fine. Again, it's very rough. Then, what are we doing? Okay, so then it's the mid shot. So there's actually no real suit stuff happening in this. It's just like the bit where it goes, send them all, and then they all start flying. So this will be shot 6. Pre-viz shot 6. And I think if I do like a 70mm for this, it'll look good. Let's go to the end. Oops, I've done it again. I've moved the camera and ruined all the keyframes. Lovely. Bit off to the side, I reckon. Give him a little bit of look room. No keyframes on the camera for this, I think. And then I will delete all the keyframes on the rig once again. And I will also delete the keyframes on this stuff. And this one. Okay, so what he does in the film is he like looks up and kind of goes, send them all. So the arm's more like here, I think. And then this one needs to do the same. Man, this rig is so good. Like, even just for doing this pre-vizzy stuff, it works so well. It's very, very quick to animate with. I didn't make it, by the way. It was, in case anyone's wondering, I'm singing my own praises. It's the Rigify add-on, and it is bloody great. And then let's do some keyframes on the fingers. Actually, there's no point doing it on that hand because it isn't animatable because the glove's on there. So we scale these ones down. Close the fingers. And this one kind of goes more outwards like that, I think. Pretty rad, bruh. Maybe I do need a bit of a camera move on this actually. Let's just do something like this. Maybe a little bit more headspace. Yeah. Okay, and then it's just like this sort of thing, really. Do 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 do. Same on this. I did those at such different speeds. That's hilarious. Okay, I think that's probably like a 75 frame shot. I'm kind of guessing the length of this because it's it doesn't play back at 24 frames or 25 frames per second in Blender, so the time that it actually takes to play this is like probably more like 5 or 6 seconds, whereas realistically 75 frames is 3 seconds. Maybe let's do 100 actually, so 4 seconds. Maybe in the middle. I'll go for, let's go for 88, a random number. Okay. Output 6. View, render animation. This hand looks hilarious. Okay, that's that one done. Shot 7. Sorry, I know I'm not reading chat. What do I miss? Alfie doesn't appreciate my funniness. Shake my head. Have you been making more puns? No, you have, for God's sake. Out of curiosity, Alfie, are you a Marvel fan, DC, or if the movie's good? Yeah, I of the stuff that's come out recently, I much prefer Marvel stuff. I think that actually, well, I prefer the DC universe. I think because it's a bit darker. Like I think the Batman films and stuff are much more up my alley than the kind of like slightly Disney-esque Avengers. But I thought that Endgame and what was the other one? Infinity War and stuff were absolutely fantastic, and I've really loved all the Iron Man films. Not 3 so much, but I thought the suit up in it was very good, which is why I'm doing it. I didn't dislike it. The first Iron Man for me is like such a good film. It just everything about it just works really well. But yeah, I really like. I mean, the new Batman film was amazing. I always really enjoyed the Dark Knight trilogy, but I think that I haven't even really watched any of the Suicide Squad or Justice League stuff. I caught a bit of Justice League, and actually no, I did watch Justice League. I think I didn't watch the Snyder Cut, but I watched the actual film, and it was just CGI overload. And for a VFX artist to say that, I think is quite telling. But everything you're looking at is animated for most of it, and there's so much CGI going on. It's so much more than like Endgame and stuff. I mean, obviously a lot of Endgame is on another planet and there's CG characters and stuff, but the DC, like the Marvel stuff, still feels quite real and grounded. Whereas I really feel like the DC stuff, especially in that like final scene. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but the bit where they're fighting Superman. And there's those creatures with the wings. I'm sorry, I don't really know very much about the film. I only watched it once and kind of zoned out for most of it. But they all just feel so weightless. And when the Batmobile is like flying around and blasting them, and they're kind of flying after, the Batmobile, I just really didn't enjoy it. I thought it was just so much CGI, and none of it really felt very grounded. And at that moment, the film sort of really lost me. And I watched Aquaman and didn't really enjoy that for kind of the same reason. Like none of the CG really had any sort of grounding or weight to it. And I don't mean just in an animation sense, although there was lots of it that felt very weightless, but it just didn't really work in my opinion. And like the kind of weird like CG hair and CG bodies and stuff on the Aquaman films wasn't for me. So it's mostly from a visual perspective, but yeah, I mean the DC films that work I really enjoyed. But a lot of the more modern stuff I haven't particularly taken a fancy to. Weren't you working on a Batman video at some point? Yeah, I was sort of mucking about with the idea. I modelled the new Batmobile from the new film, and then I think I just got busy with work or something and ended up canning it. It wasn't really, like, the model wasn't quite as good as I was hoping. I'm not very good at modelling. And I realised that to make it good would have taken me a lot of time, and I abandoned ship at that point. Oh, Cameron's just messaged me, my friend who is helping me film the video tomorrow. Let me just reply. Sorry, texting on stream, not very exciting. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, one of Corridor's VFX artists React episode, they mentioned something like too much VFX can be bad VFX. Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's weird because, like, if you think about it, and what I was kind of trying to say earlier, but probably didn't explain it very well, is that the Marvel stuff has probably just as much CG in terms of, like, if you look at a frame, a lot of like, you know, Iron Man is pretty much fully CG. It's just Robert Downey Jr.'s head. Like, Thanos is pretty much, or is full CG. The entire environment is fully CG. Like, almost everything you're looking at in some of the shots is computer generated, but it just feels more tangible. Whereas I think that the DC films maybe try and do too much and not enough time, and end up, like, the VFX never gets quite as much polish, and so the scenes just don't really hit as hard. And I think there's something about, like, it's the same as bad writing. When you never feel like there's any actual danger, then you sort of zone out. And I think the same thing kind of happens with CG, where when you're like, right, everything I'm looking at is basically a cartoon, there's less sort of organicness, I guess, to it or whatever. And whereas when you're watching an actor, you actually kind of, like, feed off their performance, and it just feels more realistic and relatable because it's actually a person on screen, and it's sort of more what our brains are used to, I suppose. So when I see so much CG in those DC films, I'm just like, oh my god. And yeah, like I was saying, I think they probably ran out of time a little bit to do as much as they were hoping for, so it's a bit over ambitious. So none of the shots really got as much work as they potentially needed. Right, next shot is a wide. What are we on now? Shot 7, so this will be a 24mm. This is going to be that cool shot where he, like, puts it on his leg. So sack off all these keyframes. I've done it again. Every single time the camera pops into the wrong place. Oh my goodness. I am the worst. I think something like this. Maybe even, yeah, kind of like quite wide for this one. I like it. Okay, so let's get everything back to this point, and then delete all the keyframes, add a keyframe, and then reset a lot of this shit. Oh man, the hand is very broken. Let's just reset the scale on the fingers as well. Reset that, cool. And oh. Amazing. Riveting content. I know. I assume you were talking about me texting there and not my hilarious reaction to the animation. Oh yeah, I've caught all that bits of the messages. Okay. So that all kind of resets. Let's just give that a bit more time. And then maybe like here, the leg is going to start flying in. Where is the leg? It's this bit. Okay, so it's going to be like this bit. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then bam. Now, one of the tricky things with this rig is that a lot of the stuff is hidden, so I don't know exactly what to parent it to. Maybe leg. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's this stuff. Parent to bone, maybe? And then turn that back off. Is that now going to work? I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh no, that doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? It is parented, I think. Leg tweak. Maybe I need to parent it to one of these. Parent to bone. Okay, that works. And then do I do this? Oh, I think I've crashed Blender. No! It might come back. Let's see. It's not looking good. It's fully frozen. Oh! I think it might be dead. Oh no, we're back. There we go. Alright, that's working. Let's get it in a slightly better position. Like that, I think. Gorgeous. So it also, the leg also needs to be like actually, so let's keyframe everything, and then it's going to be like up here is the idea. Maybe a bit taller, yeah. Bang! Oh, it's just like the films. It's a bit, I think it needs to be more like this. Yeah. Lovely stuff. Bang! He's got rickets for some reason. Cool, that's working nicely. So like there, and then I think kind of like kick out and then down. Why is it so jerky? Is it because there's a keyframe there? And then this bit's quite jerky as well. This is so funny. I think probably need like 110 frames for this, maybe. If we imagine that the suit is going to carry on doing some stuff once it's attached, so like the knees are going to kind of pop out and pop into place. Maybe that's a bit quick. There we go. Amazing. So then I also need the other bit of the leg, which I think I deleted on purpose. So let's just bring that back in somehow. Where would it be? Shot 0, Blender, Scenes, Mark 3, or Mark 42, Master. Object. It'll be thigh, I think. Thigh.r. Oops. Okay, there it is. Is that the thigh? Yes. Okay, so once that, I think it needs to kind of pop on like here. So maybe if I like line it up on this bit. And the armor is definitely not going to be the correct scale and stuff for this, but it's okay. I'll make it all work later. So that is now in the correct place. I think I probably want to bring this stuff back. Yeah, okay, so parent onto this bone and hide that again. Go away. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bang. Off into the distance. That's looking pretty cool. Probably a bit fast. Nice. For some reason the foot feels a bit broken. I think that's more realistic. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty cool. 110 frames sounds about right. Let's render this one. So this is going to be shot 7, play blast, view, render animation. The music is very early 2000s. Yeah, it's actually a 1990s rock genre, I think. Yeah, I selected 1990s rock as like the genre of music in the categories on Epidemic Sounds. I was kind of hoping it would be a bit more Oasis-y, but it's kind of pop punk stuff at the moment, I think. I think it's nice to be able to make a project, record, film it with friends. You will record yourself doing the moves, then trace over it in Blender. Oh, will you? Yes, that is the plan. So basically, I need to figure out exactly how we're going to do it, which is kind of why I'm doing this pre-viz, so that I can watch it and work out how I need to do it from a VFX supervision standpoint for each shot. I think a lot of it will just be brute force, like hand animating it over the top of myself, but there's some stuff I need to make sure I get like measurements of the set and then maybe put like the odd tracking marker on myself. I don't really think that having too many is going to be much benefit because I'm going to do a lot of it by hand. But I might put like one on my shin and one on my thigh just so I can get like a really obvious 1-point object track just to help with the movement a little bit. And then other than that, it's just like getting the HDRIs and getting the colors matching and everything. So I'm going to take my Macbeth chart, which I don't know if you guys know what it is. One of these things. So basically, hold that up when you're doing the HDRI and at the start of the shot, and then you can make sure that the colors are all in the same place, so that the HDRI has the same like color tones and stuff as the camera footage, and then everything should bed together nicely. And then yeah, most of it's just gonna be manual, like hand animation really, which is gonna be fun. But it'll be worth it in the end. I'm looking forward to animating the parts of the suit though. I think that'll be really fun. And then the complications come when it involves, like what I was talking about earlier, with the holdouts and shadow catchers of the CG suit on a real person. So that's going to be probably quite a lot of comp work to make that work better. What brand is your chart? It is by Spider something, I think. Spider Checker. This is Spider Checker 24 by Data Color. They're a bit cheaper than the X-Rite ones, but they're exactly the same colors. But this is actually a good trick for anyone that wants to get this. Yeah, they're exactly the same colors, and it has the grey chart and stuff on the back. But if I go to face cam, you can see the whole thing. I think like the black and white ones and the second row down are inverted in terms of like the order is the wrong way around, and I assume that's just because of like a copyright thing. Like the layout of the X-Rite ones is probably trademarked, so they've done this just so it's slightly different. But other than that, it's exactly the same. So it performs exactly the same purposes. And if you have to, like for example in DaVinci Resolve, there's an actual layout or overlay for the layout of the X-Rite ones. And what you can do is just like use a transform mask in Nuke to mirror every other layer or row of the colors, and then you can get it to actually have the same layout as the Data Color ones for any like preset color matching stuff. There's a couple of tools in Nuke as well where you can like overlay a like color dot thing on it, and then it will kind of auto color match stuff. It's quite clever. So yeah, I'm going to be using that a lot for this video because it will really help to get the colors of the suit and the colors of the HDRI matching. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So Resolve has a built-in one. Oh yeah, and it has a built-in one for the X-Rite. For the Spider Checker as well, but Nuke doesn't. And all the tools that I've used that you can do the like auto color analysis are for the X-Rite ones. So that was the trick I was talking about. Is I found a way where you can just mirror the rows of colors, and then you can get it to align with the actual like preset, which is kind of handy because that one's like 30-40 quid I think, and the X-Rite ones are over 100. They're very expensive for what they are. Did I render this? I think I did. Media. shot 7, blender, renders, play blast. I did. Let's see what this looks like in real time. Yeah, that looks good. So that's shot 7. Then what's shot 8? Okay, so this is like a mid shot of all the chest bits attaching. So this one should be pretty straightforward. Shot 8. So let's go for a 50mm. I'm kind of just guessing the lenses, but generally I think the close-ups I'd like to be kind of longer focal length, so then for the wides I'll just use like a 24. I think that stuff tends to look nicer on a longer lens, and I think it will do some nice stuff for the depth of field, so that's the plan. Oops. One of my favourite shots that we ever got, it was when I was in college, and it was a video I was making with Cameron for when his car, we had to get rid of it. I say we. He had rolled his car into a field. I think Cameron might be watching actually, because I just told him when I messaged him that I was on the live stream. God, I'm trying to think and type at the same time. My brain just stops working. But yeah, we were filming this video, and I had a Canon 24-70 f2.8L lens at the time, and we got some shots that were really beautiful using that lens. I think it was like this one here. This looks so cinematic. I really miss this. I sold it eventually because I hardly used it, but shots like this look incredible at such a long focal length with that like a very wide open aperture. I mean, it's just so, like, the colours and everything, it was getting close to golden hour, and just the depth of field on this with the lighting just looks really, really beautiful. So I'm kind of trying to plan this in the same way. It won't be quite as long because I've only got a 24-70 now, but the I always think that longer focal lengths look nice. So that's why I'm trying to keep all the mid shots to like a 50 or a 70. It's on your face still. Oh, god damn it, you're right. Let me go back to that video. I should just stop changing the views because I always end up just forgetting and then leaving it on that for like 20 minutes. It was this shot, basically. So yeah, what I was saying is we filmed this on my 70-200, but it was zoomed in all the way to 200, and the aperture was wide open at f2.8. And it's a really pretty shot, like the depth of field on the wheat and everything, and just how the background is super soft. Very cinematic. I love it. So that one always sticks in my head whenever I'm thinking about focal lengths. It's like, right, try and get it to be similar to that. Okay, so this one is kind of like the chest going on. So let's do something like this. And then this is the chest piece. So let's do, it's going to be on here. Is that the way around? Nope, it's always the wrong way. Bang. Oh man, even seeing it like this, the model looks amazing. I can't wait to like properly have it animated. Bang. Okay, now what do I parent this to? And that's the real question. Probably this one. Is that going to work? I think so. So then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like a roll back kind of reaction, like, whoa. Maybe even step back like with this foot. So, ooh. Feels like he starts going early. I don't know why. Maybe I need to slip this. Oh, is it the... It's the rotation of the hips, I think. Bang. That's better. I've never known someone be so into tech and somehow not at the same time. Well, because of my inability to stream properly. It's just because I'm trying to do too many things at once. I'm like trying to talk, trying to animate and read the chat, and I cannot multitask. You'll be doing this fancy stuff in Blender and then have to ask how to change. Yeah, exactly. Discord is not my thing. I'm secretly an old man. Cool, that works. So then I think as he's going back, we'll do like a step here. No. This all feels a bit slow at the moment. What if I take all of these keyframes and do this? Bang. That's better. Maybe that's a little bit quick now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh. don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to imagine what what would happen at this point in the film. I guess he's like looking at it like, oh, cool, stuff's happening on the suit, amazing. Okay, that's probably about 100 frames. And then there's going to be like bits coming down from here as well, which I'll add in at a later date. That looks good. I think that's done. Let's render this one. This is shot 8. View, render animation. Bang. What's next? Alright, okay, so the head, like, this is going to be a close up on the face. This is when the helmet attaches, so delete all of the keyframes except for this one. There we go. And then, oh, I didn't. Oh. There we go. I didn't save it as a new shot. So this is shot 9 now. 9, blender, scenes. Shot 9. Now we delete everything. And then we go in for a close-up on the face, probably like here. This, I guess, could be a 70mm maybe, just to make it interesting. Yeah. And then he goes, right, last piece. Let's just sort out this bit. So we need this, and it's going to be on, oh, unparent. Let's just put this back over here for now. Okay, so the head's going to slot in probably about here. I need to separate it into 2 different bits. Is that clean down the middle? Not quite. Okay, separate by selection. And then here and here. And then these will fly off to the side. And bam, amazing. And then on this frame, they both need to be parented to this. Just parent to bone. Parent to bone. And then just keep the head animation going. Probably even be a bit earlier maybe, and maybe offset a little bit as well. So do like that and then offset this one maybe. I actually kind of think it might be cooler if they don't come on like that. Actually, it might be better if they're, yeah, you know what, new plan. This won't really work in the Pre-viz, but I think it'd be fun if they like fold outwards from the back of the head. So if I do like this, object set origin to 3D cursor, Alt Shift C, and then I kind of like, oh, what's happened there? Oh, right, okay. I've moved the origin point. That's better. So let's just say they do something like this for now. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Probably a little bit slower. Like that. Why is this one so much quicker? That looks pretty cool. Maybe even a bit slower still. And then just want it to animate totally off screen like that. Wicked. What if the helmet attaches like a face hugger? It's just, well, that's what the front's going to do. So the mask is going to do what it does in the film, where it just like goes on separately. That shouldn't be visible. So this is going to be 80 frames-ish. 85. View. Oh wait. Shot 9. Play blast. View. Render animation. Hopping off to go have breakfast. Thank you, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much. You too. Enjoy your breakfast. Thanks for joining. That's that one done. Then shot 10 is actually a close-up of the table. So I think if I go back to shot 1, it will be easier. So we don't need any of these. We just want, oops. Just want the mask on its own. And the character doesn't matter either. So this will be Ironman, shot 10, Blender, scenes, Pre-viz, shot 10, and then it's going to be, this will probably be a full CG shot because we're not going to have a table on the location. But it's essentially, this might be quite a long shot as well, let's do like 150 frames. It's going to start off on the mask, and the mask is basically going to lift up and do this. So the camera's going to have to follow it as well. And then it's going to shoot towards the camera. Actually. Lean forward and then zoom off. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Out the box. Let's just make the camera move, do something a bit interesting with it. Oops. And then we'll just do a bit of a whip like that. I actually pretty much nailed that animation straight away. I might even keep this for the full shot. That actually works really nicely. Maybe a bit more of a gap here. Just so that the it has a bit more time to register. That's a bit quick. Bam! 128 frames. That's just over 5 seconds. That's probably enough time for that shot. Bam. Where are you filming it? In a car park somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Probably either in the one in my flats or potentially go to Canary Wharf and go in one of the big multi-story car parks. I need to figure that out this evening. I'm hopping off too. It's almost 1 AM and getting sleepy, lol. Have a great day and be careful with umbrellas in windy weather. Thanks for joining. See you soon, man. Cool. I mean, I'm very happy with that. Straight away, let's render this. This is shot 10. View, render animation. It'd be nice to see this in the edit because it'll like all the playblast stuff together, because it'll give me a good idea of how long the actual video will be and how much VFX I need to do. Bam. Okay, and then for the ultimate shot, it's the bit where he does like a spin move. So this will probably be a 35 or a 24, I reckon. This is going to be a wide. Probably over here. Delete these keyframes. Let's do like 200 frames for this. This will probably be the only shot where the suit is fully CG. Yeah, exactly. It's the upside down flip. I mean, animating this is going to be quite tricky, but let's see how this goes. So let's say starts like back here. Obviously the rest of the suit will have assembled by now, but I can't be bothered to. And I haven't actually rigged the full suit yet, so I haven't even got a version of that to use, but we'll just pretend for now. And the camera's probably going to be looking a bit more this way. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it needs a bit of time. So he's going to maybe like start down and crouching and looking. And then do do do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump. I don't know how to animate this at all. This is going to be a disaster. So the back foot needs to kind of come up like this. Maybe he uses his repulsor to like do a bit of a jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then maybe like this sort of thing. So the back leg goes up like this. Other leg. Where's the hands gone? So this is this hand. The head's always going to be looking at the suit. Oh, sorry, not the suit. The mask. This hand is going to be over here. And then it's like all the way around. God, I reckon when I play this, he's just going to like snap around. It's going to be nuts. There's no way this is actually going to work. Like that. And then down, I guess the last one, so like oh, there we go. I should have just done it like that in the first place, really. Okay, right, this is the moment. Hero pose. So it's kind of like here, and then here. Leaning over. The big finale. One hand down. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, let's Okay, so it's not awful, but it needs to be that, but like a lot quicker and not broken. So I think that bit's fine, and this bit is way too slow. So let's just speed up all of this crap. This is a bit slow, maybe. This needs to be slower. Oh no, that's... What happens if I delete that? Oh no, god, that's not what I wanted at all. It's not awful. Let's just fix all of this stuff. I think the main thing is that he shouldn't be in this kind of like crouched position until he actually lands, otherwise it doesn't really make sense. Bang! Cool. I mean, that's very slow. Although I think if he uses his repulsors to jump, it kind of makes it a bit less weird. Physics-wise, if he was just doing a normal jump, he would never be in the air for that long. But I can rely on the repulsors a bit, I guess. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. And then obviously you could try using Cascader if you've seen it. Maybe look at some reference. Oh, I know it's not that I don't know what it looks like, it's just that I don't want to spend ages doing it now. I watched the reference before this. It's just there's no point spending loads of time making it look good when this is just the Pre-viz. You can just add the key poses and adds physics-based animation. Nah, it's not worth it for this, man. But good suggestion. I think that's looking decent anyway for conveying what it needs to do. Right, let's animate the thingamajig to go into the right place. So it's probably like this frame, I reckon it should be on his face. So let's do this. Let's just get it roughly in the right place. And then parent object. Actually, maybe I should do a child of constraint for this. Seeing there's so much movement, it might go a bit nuts. Constraint, add child of helmet, set inverse, and then here it's going to be 1, here it's going to be 0. But on these frames, it's going to be flying away, so it doesn't matter. Bang! Should probably be slower than that, so you can actually gauge the timing, or like gauge, you know, where it is. Not just see like a motion blurred mass flying onto the screen. Shift E, linear extrapolation. Oh, why has that not worked? Linear. Oh, why is it doing that? It should only be on the. Oh well, I don't care enough to work it out now. Let's just do that. Bam. So the other thing is it probably needs to be rotating because it was going to be like, well, let's say it's aligning with the face like that. Oh, that's not correct at all. Oh man, that's pretty cool. I think the camera might be better off being a bit more front on, just so that it's a bit more epic. So maybe like here, and then as he lands, it's like here, or maybe this sort of thing. Linear, 80 frames. And then the head can kind of look at the camera. Oh yeah, that's cool. Terrible animation on everything else, but you get the idea. What's going on there? It's like up and then down. It should be more like as he lands it goes down and then slowly back up, but not that quick. Might be a bit strong, maybe. Cool. I like that. Let's render it. That's the last one. So this is shot 10? No, this is shot 11. Oh, I've saved over the wrong one. Oh well, it's only the Pre-viz. This is shot 11. Blender scenes 11. Save. Output shot 11. View. Oh, view render animation. That's cool. All right, that's that. I think for the last thing before we end the stream, let's go into DaVinci Resolve and just look at it all in the timeline. How long have I been streaming? It's been a couple of hours, I think. It's been quite a long one. Okay. Oh, that definitely wasn't some NDA freelance project. That was also a freelance project. I'm just doxing myself. It's probably quicker to do this. Window, workspace. I want to change it from using all my monitors. Dual screen off. There we go. Okay. Then we go to media. Can do this. Shot 1. New comps. Oh wait, it's Blender, isn't it? Of course. Renders. Play blast. Change. Come on. Shot 2. Blender. Renders. Play blast. Shot 3. Blender. Renders. Play blast. I'm seeing a pattern emerging here. Shot 4. Blender. Renders. Play blast. Shot 5. Blender. Renders. Play blast. Do 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 do. Shot 8. I hope it didn't render over the other one. I don't think I did. It was just a scene that I saved over. But I don't need to go back to it because it's just a pre-viz anyway. It's a close one. That's why you always name and organise stuff and be meticulous about saving, because otherwise you lose work. It's very easily done. It's annoying. There we go. Alright, let's drop these in. Are they going to be in the right order? I think they are. Ah, yeah, it's just like the film. Indistinguishable quality. That is actually a really good basis for what it's going to look like in terms of timing and everything. Perfect. I think that end shot will probably be a bit longer, or we'll do something else afterwards. But that'll do for now. Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been a very chill one. I haven't done much talking. But yeah, the Ironman video is being filmed tomorrow. I probably need a few weeks, maybe even a month or so on the post work for it. But I've got some other videos lined up in the meantime that'll be coming out. I haven't uploaded for like 4 weeks because I've been pretty busy with buying a flat and stuff, which I haven't actually mentioned yet, but I've bought a house, if anyone's actually still watching. I think everyone's zoned out by now. And yeah, work got very busy at one point, so I didn't really get around to uploading, but I will be back with some cool videos. I've got that learning new artist learns Fusion video, which I think will be my next one. So that should be fun. But yeah, all on the horizon. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all